Rock Zone. Kawan J.
DJ One. The mixtape show. The mixtape show.
Word, let's do that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Mixtape Show. It is time for this week's Artist of the Week interview. And this week, man, my brother came through, man. He got this one booked, and I'm excited to talk about this one. The album is called Method to My Madness. You guys know her. You hear me play her on the show all the time and playing over the past few years, so it's finally great to sit and talk to her and talk to the architect on the production side, my man Luck. We have Queen Nejma Nefertiti joining us here on the Mixtape Show. And how are you guys doing tonight?
Great.
Bless my brother. Thank you, and thank you for the consistent, support over the years, for real. And yes, it's good to sit here with you.
Absolutely. I said thank you. And I was telling you a little off air before we hit record about that, and then like I said, ever since then it's stuck in my head. As I'm a huge fan of live performances, so when I can see an MC get on stage with no backtrackings and just ripping the stage, they always stick to me. So it's dope to see that, and it's dope to see you still doing your thing. I just saw a post of you doing a freestyle, saying that album release party, and I was just like, this is hip hop right here. You know what I mean? So this is definitely an honor of mine. First of all, congratulations on the new project. It's really, really dope. I always say it's in my personal collection, meaning I carry it on my phone so I can listen to it. Purchased it on Bandcamp and everything, and then this is dope to support that project. So congratulations on this release to both of you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. It's definitely a masterpiece in the making. We took our time with that one.
Yeah. If you don't mind, let's tell me that, man. When did you guys get started? When did the first track, or when did the idea of this project come into existence? How long has it been since we got to that point?
I would say that's kind of me putting it in fruition. It's during COVID.
Mm.
I got shot, I got kids. So I had to drive back to Staten Island to get a second booster.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm driving, I said, let me just pop in some albums.
Mm-hmm.
So I downloaded, I saw Nejma, I think, go through Baz's feed. So I downloaded the album where, she has on the Nefertiti app.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, let me just play this while I'm driving, to Staten Island from Bayshore, which is like an hour and 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So as I'm driving, I'm like, this girl's dope.
Mm-hmm.
Song 1. Song 2 came. I'm like, he's really dope.
Yeah.
I'm four songs in. I was like, let me listen to other albums. I bounced it up. I'm like, the same thing. I'm like, why haven't I heard about this girl? This girl is dope. And then what automatically gravitated me to her, I was like, she reminds me of like Pun.
Mm-hmm.
If Pun wasn't punching, because people know Pun punched in,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, she's just killing it.
Mm-hmm.
So, the power of the internet, I get the X. I'm like, let me know. So I hit on Instagram, like, really fan your work. I do beats. Can I send you some stuff? Send you some, could we do a collabo? So I just said it, then I sent her beats. And then that's how, I don't think she knows the background. Like, that's how all of it kind of started. Like, me listening to her in the car and was saying, like, wow, this is really a phenomenal artist.
Mm-hmm.
And this before I knew about the hard work and the grind that she puts in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Nejma, what about you? How did you receive that? And when you heard Luck hit you, was that for you as a I'm sure every producer's always, let me send you some beats, let me do this. How did you take that information with him coming in and trying to want to do some work?
Yeah, so I didn't know that full background story. I didn't know you were listening to the Valley of the Queens, you know what I'm saying? And that's my anthem right there, and that's like a special project to me because it was my first project that got put out on vinyl by Chop Herring Records, and it was on a 45 too. So it's like, that one's dear to my heart. So it's cool to know that part of the story. Of course, like a lot of producers and just people in general hit me up. Sometimes they say something. Sometimes they just say, hey, here's some beats. And it's like, but when Luck hit me, I was like, there was something there. And then when I looked at who he was, I was like, oh, and I was like, and he came professional and everything, because it's like, you never know, no matter who someone is. But I was like, okay, I'm feeling that. And yeah, I was like, yeah, we could do this. And I told him, listen, give me some time for this one, because I had like a lot of projects in line already. And, I like to finish, what I start. So I was like, I was slowly working on that, you know what I mean? And finishing other projects, which takes a lot of work, as y'all know, to get all the pieces together and bring it to the finishing point. So once I really got to Method to My Madness and could focus on it, that's when I just like really set it off and finished it and sent him stuff. And he sent me one beat, way later. He was like, I think we need to add this. So we were back and forth. We were back and forth for a minute. And it was definitely like something that we built over time, this one, because this is probably the longest I took, to create a project.
Oh, dope. Yeah, it's...
And I like the dope thing about it is, even though it took her time, but she's fast. Like once she starts coming with it, she comes with it.
Right.
Then I was in it, and then, of course, she has the pleasure to have a Grammy winner, Hall of Fame nominated person who was my brother, Paz, on the project. And I was like, I told my brother about it. I'm like, yo, it's this girl called Nexie. She's really dope. Yeah, I said, yo, I'm going to need you on a beat. So, he's kind of procrastinating. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm going to, because I was like, the one thing was one of my focuses was, I was like, I know someone like this dope. I know like people are coming to her and approaching her, and I'm like, I don't want to be seen in any light of nonsense. So I was like, yo, I kind of need you on this beat to solidify, in her mind, like, yo, this kid is delivering, because I am a deliverer, but like I said, man, people do a lot of talking and people are not about their business. So once I got him on it, I said, yo, my brother got on the beat. Sent it to her, and then I was talking to Shorty. I'm like, yo, Shorty, you chop on the beat also.
Crazy.
And then we put that masterpiece together, and the rest is history.
Man, listen, as a hip hop fan, Shorty No Mas, just hearing her spit, oh my God, man, I was past, and what I'm saying, and I even with the latest Daylight album, man, I tell my people down here, I'm like, yo, the pen has been crazy these past, as far as the past year, just music coming out. And when I heard that collaborative record, I was like, yo, okay, I see Luck, I see what y'all doing, man. Y'all not playing fair, man. You already got the kill on the mic there. You know what I'm saying?
And real talk, Nejma has the first song like in a minute with Shorty and my brother on it.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
It's like since Blue Mind State. So like and of course she kills it. Super galactic, like Cool Keith. I was like, what the hell?
Yo, because that beat in itself is super galactic. It's like, funkadelic with it. You know what I mean? Like I was like, whoa. And that obviously is a big milestone for me, right? Because I'm honored to be on a track with Paz and Shorty No Mas. Like obviously, what I'm saying, as a hip hop person and a person that grew up, listening to hip hop, and it's just like, that was really and is really special to me. I hit both of them and was like, yo, thank you so much for blessing this, you know what I'm saying? Because they ain't have to do that either, right? They could have been like, yo, nah. But they trusted Luck also, and they were like, all right, dope. So that was like really something different for me and special, you know what I'm saying? And it was the first track that Luck sent me. I think that's the first joint you sent me. And and I was like, oh, this how we doing it? I was like, okay, like, and that's one of my favorite joints. I love the beat. I love all of our verses on it. It's such a fun, like, and it is a funky kind of track. Like, it's fun, yo. Like, I love it.
Yeah, it got a nice swing to it, man. I love the swing to the record, and it's like such a fun record. And that's I can't let you get off by just saying like, oh, I'm honored that. You're not a pushover now. Like I said, I've been following the career, and I know what you've done up to this point. It's not a pushover. Like I've
But
seen.
you know, I show love. You know, I show love. But yes, of course, I
Yes.
represent.
You know what I'm saying? You've done things in your career so far that MCs that I know are like, damn, yo, I wish I can do something like that. Or damn, yo, I saw she shot a video. You know what I'm saying? She shot a video where, man, I would love. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool to be humble like that, but it's also dope to know that. You know, it's inspiring too, because it's like you're never always here, right? You always kind of level, and you just appreciate the moment, and that's how I feel about when I work with Luck. I just appreciate the moments that we have together on the music stuff, and he's like I'm like a sponge around him, so I can only imagine you two in the session together working on this project. It's just two sponges, just getting information left and right.
Yeah, but the dopest thing about it is I probably met Nejma like. I met her physically, face to face, like 9 tracks in. Like literally, we didn't meet.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It was all through Instagram.
Okay.
We didn't meet. We didn't meet till later. We were sending stuff, you know, communicating, but didn't meet. And then met kind of like when it was like kind of getting closer to being finished. Yeah.
I met her. The first time I seen Nejma was Beer Wax.
Okay.
Evil D and them, they were throwing them a party. And then I see it, I'm like, yo, what's up? It was a little awkward. I'm like, but it was like, you know, but yo, I mean, this goes back to what I'm trying to say, man. That's the dope thing about the internet.
Mm-hmm.
I always feel if you truly using it for what it's really meant to be used for, like this is what you get.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get something incredible.
Absolutely.
If you utilizing it for what it really should be used for.
Absolutely. And Nejma, I think I heard you quote on your social media that this is kind of like. You feel like this could be your version of what Illmatic would be for you? Is that correct?
Well, that's more what that was Luck right there. Like he was like, "Yo, that's what I'm trying to do with this," and I was like, "You know what? I get it. I get it, and I get that vibe. I do. Yeah."
What
Nejmatic.
There you go, Nejmatic. There you go. That's crazy. Before I was just listening to Illmatic too. I had the tape up here when I was putting everything. I was cleaning up. So that's funny you say that. What's been besides the time it took to put this together? What's been different from you creative with working with Luck, and some things that you can point out that you're like, yo, this just feels different, or I've never tried anything this way before. What's been new to you in this experience?
For me, I would say it would be the ultimate, like, you know, it's because like people do things differently now, and I feel like Luck has both, where it's like. He's bringing kind of the way maybe things were done before into the modern era. So, you know, it's strategic in a different kind of way than other people I'm used to. It's, you know, he has different ideas, new and refreshing ideas, and different, you know, obviously different connections, pushing it in different ways than, you know, I mean, a lot of the times I do stuff with producers and, you know, not for nothing, but people don't really even push it sometimes. And I'm like, okay, this is our work, but you know, and it's not to say like they're bad people or look, people just work differently. That's what I've learned. And Luck is serious because he's been doing this. Like, so it's like you know, I'm working with a vet. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. You know, whereas other times I feel like I'm working alongside my peers, or you know, just searching for that infinite, you know, mastership. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I got to work with some of that mastership when Luck came through, and I was like, wow. And you know, like to bring it back to what you were saying about being humble, it's like, no, I know I earned this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I earned this. Like you know, the pieces came together because I've been out here doing my thing and doing this work. So yeah, you know, and working with Luck also kind of solidifies that too, where it's like, yeah, like, you know, you want to see as an artist. I mean, I want to go to different levels and places. I don't want to stay in the same place. So I've learned a lot. I've grown a lot, you know, just inspired different, like I said, ideas and strategies, really. Yeah, like just working with someone who's about, you know, promoting it and you know, letting the world hear it and getting it out there and doing interviews. Like I haven't even been doing interviews. I did this because Luck was like, yo, let's do this. And I'm like, word, because I trust that he wants to do this. Not that I wouldn't do an interview with you, but it came about because of this and because of him being like, yo, we want to do interviews with it. I'm like, okay, word. I'm like, let's get it.
Yeah. It's and you said something that baffles me all the time, because I'm like, you know, the MC would put the album out. Say if he does a whole album with a producer and the producer's nowhere to be found, And I always like, hey man, that's half your work too. Why are you not just as proud of the project? You know what I mean? Why would you want to just move on to the next one? Like you both should treat this like it's a group project, right? Like we're in a group together for this project, and we're gonna ride this thing out until it kind of loses a little steam, and we can move on from there. But that baffles me because two heads always better than one, and when you got double that energy pushing a project, you're gonna reach more people compared to leaving it all on you while he goes ducks off over here and works on a new project. So that's always has baffled me with artists and producers in general. Just why do we not both push the album and all that stuff? But so let me ask you this, because these are the type of stuff I always wonder too. Hip hop, we solidify we're all hip hop heads and we love hip hop. What made Nejma? What's the thing that made you fall in love with it? What's the thing that caught your attention? That was like, yo, I want to do that, or I want to be a part of that. What hit you to say, man, I got to get a piece of that?
Yeah, it's like I was seeing it all around me growing up, but really it was my mother who introduced me to hip hop, you know. May she rise in perfection. I love to say rise in perfection now, like my brother Yes, shout out to him because when he said that, I was like, I love that. So yeah, credit to that. But you know, my mother struggled with addiction and a lot of things all her life, and she was kind of in and out of, you know, different institutions. So because of that, she lived a certain lifestyle that I, you know, and in turn, I seen a certain, you know, life, right? So it's like, in turn, hip hop was coming up in a special way, and it's like when she would go to these places, she would write poetry to me because, you know, she was a really dope poet, like very like, you know, a lot of vulnerability, emotion. You know, I felt what she wrote me, and I wanted to write, you know, back to her. So it's kind of was a call and response thing there. And there was a lot of little seeds planted, like a lot, you know what I'm saying? But I would say that she was the one who really like showed that to me. It was because of her that I really seen it, and there was something about that where I was like, like I felt it in my soul. There was something there, and I never looked back after that. I kept looking, you know, and it's like slowly little things started to happen where I started to see where my place in this culture was, or where it could be, or like, you know, not that, and it's interchangeable too, right? But like I could feel, you know, the seed was growing, you know. So from that point, it's, you know, I would say it was my mother who really kind of like, it's because of her, you know.
Nice. Yeah, man. It's my story has always been like I've come from a family of musicians and creatives, and I can the playing the instrument thing never worked for me. I don't know why it missed me. It even skipped down to my kids, but it missed me, and I hated that. But my uncle was the one who taught me how to DJ. My cousin, he kind of taught me about producing music and putting music together and sequencing. So it's always dope when you everything comes together, right? It's kind of like they always say those 10,000 hours, but it feels like those 10,000 hours always start at an early age when you don't even know what you're doing. But when it clicks, right? And that's always a beautiful thing when you see that. And, you know, seeing the poetry, like you said, the poetry and how you lay your rhymes and your voice, you have a strong voice as an MC, and it's dope to see that, you know what I mean? And then like Luck says, man, this is the one. So to hear him get excited before this project came out, I was like, I already know this is gonna be a problem. And you know, who was your muse coming up? Who's the MC that got you like, ooh, that's some crazy ball work?
So there was a few that I seen, and there were inspirations, but the one that made me go like, ooh, was Rakim, because of his whole style. Like I was like, yeah, I want some of that. Like I want to capture some of that. You know what I mean? And I was like, that's the one that made me go like, I was like, yeah, that's a style right there. You know?
Facts. Total facts.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, Rakim is always a good one. Always a good one. Who's current? Who's somebody current that you kind of look at like I like what they're doing. I like what they're doing.
Yeah. So you know, I listen to a lot of underground people. I mean, like, I'm gonna be real. I'm really excited for Napoleon the Legends new album that's gonna come out. It has a comic.
Yeah.
I am featured on it, and we did a really special kind of thing, and you know, we did what we do, and I think people will love it, and I'm excited about that because one thing that's really dope to see is to see my brother, transform and evolve and like have such a catalog where you see his story and you see him going to you just keep see him. It's like he keeps elevating into new parts of himself, and it's like it's so amazing to see. And I love like the whole, I don't want to say branding because it's like, but you know what I'm saying? It's like that whole like metal helmet, he's stepping into another era. So I'm excited for that. I think if I'm not mistaken, it drops April 10th. I could be wrong, but it's coming soon. And so I'm really excited about that. I know I really like Vel the Wonder out of LA. Her latest was pretty dope. I listen to a lot of things and people. It just depends where I'm at. Like it could be different world music too. Like it's definitely not always hip hop, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I listen to a lot of different people.
And I know that you travel a lot too, so it's always dope to kind of pull in those influences from all over the world. That's always a dope thing. Napoleon, man, I always respected him just from a journalistic perspective. Watching him, he's one of those like blueprint of an indie artist, how to create something with the music to sustain a career. You know what I'm saying? He just doesn't just release music. Like he like you said, it's not branding, but that's his brand, right? He's kind of one of those guys who he's like kind of like a homeboy Sandman to me, as far as how he moves. Like he'll just put out music and he has his core group of fans, and he'll snatch up another couple thousand, with each release, and it just grows and you see it grow. So it's always dope to see him drop new music and everything. So shout out to Napoleon the Legend. That's a dope brother right there. Real humble dude too. I had a chance to talk with him a few years ago. Real dope brother to talk to. So
yes, good people.
So method to my madness. What is the method to your madness? What is it about this album that the people should know about you? What should and Luck, you can follow up after that. What should people know about the production side of it, and why should we check out Method to My Madness? And I'll definitely give my cosign at the end of this interview. But what is it about Method to My Madness that stands out to you in your opinion?
Well, for me, it's like personally, like just in hip hop, as a woman, I feel like we get dismissed a lot, right? Like what I'm saying, and just my whole trajectory, experience, and everything. But not even that. It's just like growing into my own at some point, like knowing who I am, really being ready to really rock my crown, and rock it with confidence and be like, yes, this is my crown. It's like it's attached, like it don't come off, and it's like I feel like that cover, that shout out to Nadenico for doing the art. That cover captured exactly what was in my head, because you see, it looks like madness, but then it's centered in a certain way. Like there is a strategy to it, and it's like it's like there are precise things going on, but it might look crazy to other people, and I've had to tell people that, like, with their questioning sometimes, and I'm like, yo, just trust me. And then, finally I'm thinking like, there's a method to it, And speaking about Napoleon, he told me that one time, we were going back and forth, and he was like, trust me, there's a method to my madness. And it stuck with me. Like, and I was like, yo, I really felt that. And I felt like I was validated in that moment when he said that. And I was like, yeah, that's right. There's a method to my madness, motherfuckers. Like, stop. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. There's a method to this. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I feel like that's like something that represents, my work ethic, my values. Like there's always a method to it. Like, I'm never just shooting out there, with no conscience,
Yeah, my pops used to say, and God bless his soul, he used to always say, yo, son, there's always going to be beauty in the mess, similar to the method in the madness, right? It's always beauty in the mess. So he's like, it may look kind of crazy right now, and it's crazy, but trust me, there's beauty. There's always a rainbow after each storm, and you know what I'm saying? So I always take that stuff.
Just the life I've lived, like, has been madness. So it's like, what you just said, it's like, yeah, out of the destruction, came this kind of, I don't know, student of the times, and also like modern day griot, like, it's like, yeah, but I'll let Luck speak on his method.
Luck, what's the method in the madness on the production, brother?
That I'm just gonna collab it with the rhymes. Yo, if you really want to hear dope rhymes, dope beats, just well constructed songs. I mean, it's simple mathematics. You gotta
Mm-hmm.
download it, cop it, go to Bandcamp, go to iTunes. I mean, my favorites on it is A Code. A Code, it's like a hard beat, and she's just killing the rhymes.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite song on it really is Growing Pains.
Mm.
Because it's where she shows her vulnerability. She shows who she is. Love that song. So if you want to hear in perspective songs that mean something, songs that, the bread and butter, the first song where she's spitting how people are in pain and people over here.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you just want to hear rhymes, you got Muay Thai rap, another one of my favorites. And then, the Fresh Fruit joint.
Yeah.
Where she's just killing it.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's a well thought out, incredible album. Dope beats, dope rhymes. I mean, I'm just going to simplify it for you. I'm not going to try to. If you want to listen to something that's good, dope, from beginning to end, because there's no skips on the project, this is a project for you.
Absolutely. And
you want to hear something new, you want to hear something with a little old school but new school twist, this is the album for you. And once again, I'm just trying to say, all props to Nejma, lyrically, she's murdering it.
Yeah.
So if you're about the bars, like, I just want to hear bars. Well, there you go.
There you go.
Beginning to end, bars. You about beats? All right, the beats are there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So it's like it's the best of both worlds of what an album, how I feel, really truly should sound.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
And you know me, man. I'm a producer, so I'm on this beat. I'm always on this beat shit. So I always stick my chest out and say, I got the best album with her, because you know what I mean? It's like it's a dope competition that, I'm making beats and I'm like, I'm gonna give her this because, I think she gonna kill this. And then when I hear the rhymes, I'm like, she killed that.
Yeah.
So it makes me go back in and no, I gotta do this. I gotta create this because she's killing it. And it's like at the end of the day, man, a wonderful project came out of this, man.
Yeah.
It's hands down, man. It's just a really dope, creative project that you should at least take the time to listen to it. And upon listening to it, trust me, you're gonna go, I should order cop it or share, whatever, man. Yeah. Whatever it is, just get the word out.
Yeah.
That this is an album that you need to listen to. You need to buy it and listen to. This is a dope album.
As a hip hop head, I'm glad you guys had that friendly competition against each other where he's like, I got to create the beat so you can go in on it. And I meant to ask you this too earlier because Luck kind of jogged my memory and I was going to ask that too. Do you feel like this album, Nejma, do you feel like you gave a little bit more personal of you on this project than usual, or it's about the same for you in your opinion?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I went in further on this one, and I've been consciously trying to do that, but not push it and kind of do it in a natural way, but be aware of that. Mm-hmm. And this album was perfect for that, so people actually have gotten at me like, yo, you got real, you got vulnerable, you did this, you did that. Mm-hmm. It's like, so it was good to hear that because it was something in my head that I was trying to do.
Yeah. No, it's definitely some good stories.
Like I remember when Nejma did the rhymes to Growing Pains, she's like, I find that, I'm gonna send it to you. And I heard those rhymes and like I hit it like, I didn't know you went through this. I'm like, this is, and I told them like, this is dope. And I'm like, you should release this as a video because like, I just feel like that's gonna draw people to it. Because it's such a beautiful song. It's dope how she wrote it. in the perspective of her mom's, her lens is closing because she's about to transition. It's like, yo, it's just incredible. But it's like I told her, that's definitely in my top 3. It's probably my top 2 like favorite songs.
Yeah. Nah, I connected with that song a lot based off of like I said, my pops passed away a couple years ago, so I was there when he transitioned. So that was that you can't unsee that. You can't, you know what I'm saying? It sticks with you because you like, wow, you know what I'm saying, that energy is gone thing. But I also relate to you in the story with dealing with addiction, because my dad had addiction too, and I had an aunt. And I have a younger cousin now who's a product of that, of my aunt having drug problems. And she's, nobody's ashamed of it, nothing like that, but very similar, living in home, like they were living in homeless shelters. And my cousin, she kind of had a rough upbringing as far as trying to get it together. And then she finally got life together, you know what I'm saying? And then it was just dope to see her grow up. Like, no excuses, no matter what happened. She used it as her energy and her fuel. So I actually sent my cousin that song. I said, yo, you got to listen to this. And she hit me back, was like, yo, like, yeah, I get it. This is exactly identical with my life. And I was like, exactly, right? So
that's what's up.
And that's what, that to me, that's what the mark of an MC is where you can touch somebody in a way, you know what I'm saying, where they can identify with you. And when I heard that, I was like, yo, this is dope, you know what I'm saying? And it's dope. And I thank you for that, because a lot of people don't want to share that stuff. They want to be this MC who's, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to be that person. But the fact that you were vulnerable, that's why I wanted to ask that, like, has this been the most that you've shared personally on the music? Because it seems like that I feel like you're gonna gain a lot of supporters, you know what I'm saying, who hear this and they're gonna be like, yo, I know exactly what she went through. So that's dope to have that connection. So thank you for that. Thank both of you for that.
Yes,
and then she switches it to Muay Thai rap when she talk about chopping niggas in the head. I love it, bro.
That's another part.
Yeah.
I'm like, this girl crazy.
Yeah, you gotta talk your talk.
What's really dope is like, all those things are me, and it's like I feel like as I've been growing as an artist, I've been wanting to share more of that, because it's like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? That's what I would be saying, like after a while. Like, you could spit bars. people know I can do that. Like, what kind of stories can I tell though? And like you said, who can I really whose heart, can I touch? Who and that song is like, that song is hard for me. And now that you said that, I'm gonna have to do a video, Luck. Now that you said that, I will do that. Yeah.
But like the dopest thing, like on the cuts for Muay Thai rap, because when E was doing all the cuts, I was like, yo, I don't really got nothing for this. His exact words, like, he goes, oh, I got something for that. You got something for that? Whatever. He goes, yeah. I said, okay. So he started playing around with it. I'm like, all right, that's just weird. He goes, watch.
Yeah.
So when he made that, I was like, wow.
A legendary.
That's another thing.
And I was like, yo, this dude.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to say, yo. My brother Evil D is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's another thing, like Evil D scratching all over this project. I mean, like, yo.
Solidifies.
Yeah.
For real, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that is like epic for me. And and Evil D, he's such a dope person and the kindest person ever, in person too. So that even makes it even better. It's like, yo, this is a legend. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's like, and he was like, I'm happy to be on your project. And, what he did on that really, like, I mean, and Luck had that whole vision. He brought people on. He did that. And I'm just like, okay, you know what? I see this. This is dope. And that's why I had to come with my best and come with my authenticity about, different parts of who I am, because I was like, I got to honor this, yo.
Yeah.
This is special. You know what I mean?
There's nothing like having that person motivating you from the sideline or, in the chair next to you, because it pushes you to ways that you never know. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell through this whole album, I was just like, and this ain't me just because we interview it. Like, I'm a fan of hip hop, so I listen to the record. So it's like, when I hear it, I'm like, yo, they really was on one. You know what I mean? So it's.
Honestly, it was. I did it intentionally. Like, I wanted to 100% separate this album from any artist. It has, because for me, when I'm in creative mode, it ain't about your agenda. my thing is always about I'm trying to crush people.
Yeah.
I'm trying to have this album come out, and it comes out along anyone's album, and you're like, nah, you know what? I'll get this album. But this album is out.
Mm-hmm.
So I intentionally, I need you to listen to the whole album, and and let's come out with cuts. Like, some of the majority of the cuts that was out of E's brain. Like some of them are mine, but the majority of the project is E. Like on the codes, when you go, can you feel it? That's from him, and it's like, that was my intention. Like my intention purposely was, I want this album to stand out as more people hear it. And I wanted it to be on two planes. I wanted it to be on a DJ plane, a Pasta News is respected, and then all DJs love Evil D. So it's like, it just brings all types of people towards the project. Yeah. Ultimately, to share in my belief in what I know is that she is probably my top tier dope MC. Yeah. And I wanted all people I know somehow to bob and weave so you can hear this incredible MC. If you haven't heard her, you know who she is now. Yeah.
The album is a dope experience for real. And when Luck was sending me the tracks after like Evil D got on it, I was like, oh my God. I started to see, I'm like, okay, I see what he's doing. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's because, behind the scenes, I'm like, I think I first thought I sent the 6 songs. I think she took like 3. But I kept working. So when she was like, yeah, I took these 3, I go, cool. You'll check your email, it's another 6. So I'm like setting up, like, but I'm imagining in my brain, like, she's playing it for someone, whoever's next to her, and they're like, damn, this kid is crazy. Like, who the fuck is this kid? Yeah. Who brother is this? Yeah. These shit sounds crazy. It's like, I'm just working.
Yeah. You guys got any cutting room floor records? Some joints that didn't make the album that's out there?
Nah.
We used all of them.
Whatever. I mean, I will definitely give props to Nejma and Shorty and Haas. They're very good at picking beats. Yeah. So whatever I sent Nejma and she wasn't feeling, and honestly, I wish a lot of more MCs were like this. Yeah. Because producers are just sending you beats. If you're not feeling the beat, you're not going to hurt anyone's feelings. Everyone's an adult. Just go, I'm not feeling that. Yeah. Or I'm not feeling nothing. Send me more. Yeah. Or I'm feeling this. I'm not feeling these. Cool. Then, you as a producer, you take that beat and you ought to send it to someone else. And then I got more work to do. Yeah. Exactly. So I definitely give her credit on that. Like her ears, Nejma has very good ears. Absolutely. To hear and see a vision like, okay, this song's going to be about that. So that's dope.
Nejma,
thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
What's your process?
I appreciate you.
Nejma, what's your process when you hear the beats come in? Does it hit you right away that you kind of start thinking of ideas, or you got to sit with it for a little bit?
It depends. Like, Goddess hit me right away. That beat, I was just like, I had to stop everything and begin. Like, even with It's Us, it hit me a certain way where, that's like, I love those kind of beats. That beat goes so hard. And, of course I got Napoleon the Legend on that one because I heard him on it with me, it's like other beats, it just depends. It really does. Like, some of them I took longer, shorter, all different kind of times, really. Like there's things on there that I stretched out and kept, going back to every day to add a few things while I'm working on this or that. But when I was finished with everything and I really was like, okay, I'm ready to get in on this, like for real, and bring this to fruition. Like, it's like every day I just write, and it gets done. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
It gets done. Absolutely, it gets done.
Yeah, because the beat codes, I was like, I hope she rhymes on the beat because I just love how hard it sounds. It reminds me of like some beat mine shit. Yeah. And then like she was like, I'm just drawing a blank, and I'm like, please write to it.
Yeah, that
one took one day, she hits me like, I got it. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Yo, and then she sent me Queen Nefertiti. I'm talking some MC. I was like, oh shit. Yo, you murdered it.
Yeah.
I like the flow, so easy.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh,
Yeah.
but then like she just bodied it.
Yeah. Yo, that producer purgatory could be crazy for you because you like, oh, I know which ones I want you to rhyme on, but I ain't gonna say nothing. But you like, pick that beat, pick that beat, pick that beat.
I took a minute with that one because I was like, what am I gonna do to this?
Uh-huh.
And it's just sometimes I wait and I kind of have this patience where I'm like, yo, it's gonna come. I don't really force it because I know that like once it starts, it's like forget it, it's on.
Yeah.
So I was listening to it and it came to me and I was like, okay, this is it. Yeah. And that one has a special cadence, a special rhythm with that one. Everybody, I got a lot of compliments on that joint.
Nice.
And I love what Evil D did on that too, you know, because it's, like it just really solidified it and gave it everything it needed. You know what I'm saying?
Murdered it.
Man, I can tell just talking with you guys that you guys really enjoy this album. Like as fans and as creatives of the album, I can tell that it's cool to see that you can take yourself away from being the creatives of it and enjoy the project. And that's dope. That's when you know it's a dope album, when you can, because some people like, I don't listen to my music. When I drop it, I move on to the next thing. But it's dope that you guys separate yourselves and actually enjoy it as fans. So that's really dope. So it's definitely time well spent with you, Todd, on this project. So like I said, it's definitely in my personal collection. I definitely suggest everybody go get it. Where can we get it? Where can we go support it directly?
You know, it's on all the platforms. It really depends on what you use, but every one of them, it's there. You just type it in, it's gonna come up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but go to Bandcamp and purchase.
Go for purchase.
Bandcamp is the best. Yeah. I mean, that's the most. That's the thing that gives the artist the most love. You know, that gives us the most love because it's like everything else is just we already know what's going on. So
absolutely, yeah. I always tell people purchase it first. And then go stream it all you want after that. But go ahead and purchase it first, take care of the artist, and then you can stream it to the cows come home after that.
Word. I mean, you know, and that's what helps us do things like vinyl and other things, you know. It's absolutely. Like it's a lot of work on the back end, you know, like I mean, you guys know that, the artwork, everything, going back and forth, figuring things out, you know.
Yes.
So, you know, and it was cool because it was cool with Luck too, because it's like you know, he handled a lot of the stuff that like a producer used to handle, I guess, and kind of like, you know, a lot of the times us artists handle that, but it was nice, you know, to have the mixing and mastering taken care of, to have a lot of the other things and splitting up the registering this or, you know, distributing this. Like we had like, you know, he did a lot of the work that like I have to do by myself a lot, which was nice also and done well. So it's like that was a beautiful blessing for me because it's like it was refreshing, you know.
I think Luck and I think a lot on that piece as far as from the producer side, because I feel like I said this is both of our projects, right? This is both of our work, so I feel like if I'm doing the beats, and I should handle the audio piece. You know what I'm saying? Just to me, that's how my brain thinks. Like, let me handle the audio piece. You want to shoot visuals, you can shoot the visuals, and we'll collaborate on that type stuff. But you know, Luck's one of those throwback guys, man. That's why I love hanging out with him and talking to him, man. Because me and him see a lot eye to eye on a lot of things. So it's dope to hear that he's just one of them type of brothers. So if you're an artist out there, if your producer ain't taking care of you like that, man, you messing with the wrong one. You
know, I mean, you know that like people, you have beat makers, and it's okay. Like there's different. You know, I learned this as I went on. I learned even that like, you know, I mean, like if you give me a beat, you made the beat. You didn't really like. I mean, you produced the beat, but you didn't produce everything. You know what I'm saying? Like. It's like, you know, and when I worked with Big French on an album, Letters from the Akashic, and he actually was the first person that brought it to my attention that, like, you know, I was executive producing. I didn't even know that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that was big for me because it just showed me a lot. And I was like, oh, okay, this is dope. Like, I can do something with this, you know? And I realized that not everybody can take a project to the end, you know, and that's like special in itself. So I really love that we did this, and the timing was perfect. And you know, we still got, there's more videos coming, there's more things, you know, for this. It's still, you know, this is new. So
we got some live shows coming up. Summertime about to hit, spring and summer.
That's when once that sun comes out, you already know.
Absolutely. I'm definitely Luck. Keep me in the loop, man. I definitely got to come up, and I gotta check that out. You know what I mean?
And if you don't know, she body shows.
Word.
I've been there. I've been to the funerals. I've been there. I've seen the burial of the stage. I've seen it.
Yeah, and but you were saying the Bushwick Collective, and that was so long ago. It's like I've come so far on
Mhm.
stage, just even from going international, learning so much,
Mhm.
just like so much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's fun to for people to see that trajectory too, and
Yeah.
and see people. It's just the rapport you create, and then you see people like time is a spiral. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, I love how it comes around full circle, and it's dope.
Yeah, I know there was gonna be a situation where it was gonna be like a live album release, and Luck had me looking for flights. I was like, hold on. My wife was like, let's go. So
Yeah, we're
we'll
gonna
be
do
there.
something dope.
We'll
We're
be
gonna do
there.
something dope and have time to promote it, and like, yeah,
Cool.
it'll be nice and warm outside, and it'll be exactly what it's supposed to be, fresh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Classic and classy.
We, we'll be there. We'll be there. The Jenkins family will be there. So,
Word.
social media. Let's go ahead and tell the people how can they follow the journey. How can they support you on there? Best way to go.
So it's Nejma Nefertiti everywhere, of course, because some people kind of find it difficult, the name in general. So I kept that. It's Nejma Nefertiti. So that's Instagram, Facebook, whatever. SoundCloud. I'm on everything.
Everything.
Like, so you type the name in again. I'm the only Nejma Nefertiti. There's a lot of Nejmas, but there's one Nejma Nefertiti. So
Absolutely. Luck. Which was the best way? The beats. How can we
Lucktron Beats, on Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
Beats.
There you go.
And also H&L Associates also. So hit us up, man.
Word up.
Hell yeah! Shout out to H&L Associates to your crew, Luck, because that last album too, like
Killing it.
you were
man.
like, yo, let me know what's your favorite joint, and I was like, all right, and I was like, I kept going back like and narrowing it down, and I had the same two picks as Shorty No Mas, and I was like, all right, let me move it down to one, and then I chose my bag, but the two she said those were my two joints, man.
I've driven up the road many times, listened to that album, man. Just like hop in the car just to cruise to it. You know what I mean? So
I just want to say it ain't over. We about to drop another one.
I know.
There we go.
I see y'all working.
Yeah. Well,
Y'all
hey.
working.
Well, you guys make room for a follow up for y'all's two project, because I would definitely welcome that, man. So hopefully we can get another collab between you two, and you got a fan. You already know you got a fan here from me, man. So we definitely support, and let's do this again sometime soon.
Yes, thank you, brother. I really appreciate both of y'all, for real.
Not a problem. Nejma Nefertiti. We got my man Luck, producer of the album Method to My Madness. Go check it out. I appreciate them spending this extended time with me. We was working on some technical difficulties here on my end, but we good now. And check out the album. Go support it and support dope hip hop. All right, we'll be right back. Peace.